Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another Redstone video, and in this one I'm going to be lending you guys just a bit of a hand. I know what it's like when you're first starting out in Redstone. In fact, I know what it's like when you've been doing Redstone for ages and you're sort of struggling for ideas. You don't really know what to build, you don't really know what to do, and you're sort of running low on motivation. This video should definitely help you out because I'm going to be giving you 50 different Redstone projects that you personally can work on in various different degrees of complexity. Should be fairly interesting, so let's crack on. Now everyone knows that all good Redstone projects start with a door. It was my first ever Redstone project and I think it's a really good place to start, but maybe once you've completed that one, you want to move up in the world and move on to 2 doors. Then you might want to remove the doors altogether and create a piston door, then potentially a bigger piston door, and then perhaps remove the pistons altogether and create a door using lava or water or something like that. Then bring the pistons back into the mix to create a fancy piston door, then finally get as many pistons as you possibly can and create the biggest piston door in the history of mankind. Yes, I think that's enough piston doors now. Trapdoors, however, are still well and truly on the cards, so first off you want to build yourself a simple trapdoor, then make things a tiny bit more complicated and create a flush with the ground one, completely flat with the ground, completely hidden away, and then finally build yourself a massive one, because that's how these things logically progress. But I get ya, okay, no more doors. Entrances though, surely they're still okay. So first off you want to build yourself a tiny hidden staircase, then a slightly bigger hidden staircase, and then finally build yourself an upwards one that goes up into the ceiling. And I get you, okay, I'm done with entrances now. No more doors, no more trapdoors, and no more entrances. How about we take a look at some TNT? A TNT player launcher is probably a good place to start because it's always hilarious firing yourself into the sky, but then maybe a TNT cannon so that you can fire TNT into your friends' bases, because let's face it, that never gets boring. But you might want to step up your game a little bit there and create a TNT cannon that can fire TNT round corners. Yes, it's known as a TNT curve cannon, and yes, they are pretty incredible. But of course, to defend yourself against rival fire back from all of your friends, you might want to create yourself a bit of a redstone bunker, and I'd suggest decking it out with auto armor equipping stations so that you can be fully decked out in diamond armor using redstone. Another really good contraption to have on the inside of a redstone bunker is an ender station. Now this is a little system that shoots out exactly 16 ender pearls into your inventory so that you can get a full stack at the press of a button. I personally really like those. But what are you going to use those ender pearls for? Well, of course, you could use them for an ender pearl elevator, and on the topic of elevators, you could create yourself a piston elevator, or if you want to get really complicated, a multi-floor piston elevator, or if you want to go completely insane and bonkers, you could create yourself an actual elevator with an actual elevator cart. But that's a little bit ridiculous, so we're going to be taking it back a notch and creating a slime block elevator. Now slime blocks are really awesome. I use them in a ton of contraptions and I personally absolutely love them, and you could use them to create armor stand wave machines, jump scare devices, crazy mob sweepers, and anvil player. In fact, one of my personal favourite slime block contraptions is my slime block missile silo. This was like a big entrance that pulls back, revealing a big open area. Unfortunately, at the time of recording it, I didn't have any missiles to fill it with, but now thanks to CubedHost, I do. These things are awesome, they're slime block missiles and they fly right the way up into the sky. In fact, on the topic of CubedHost, he's probably someone that you should check out for all of your slime block needs because he creates everything from gigantic robots all the way down to tiny little robotic kitties. All very nice indeed. But the way that I actually found CubedHost's channel wasn't through slime blocks, it was way back in the day when he created a video on a 7-segment display. On the topic of displays, how about we check out my large programmable display, and what are we going to use to power this thing? Well, of course, a computer. This one wasn't built by me, and I'll put a link to it down in the description because it's absolutely bonkers. So we're going to be scaling things down a little bit. I think the computer was a little bit ridiculous, so let's take a look at the calculator, and if we want to go even smaller than that, we're going to go to the most basic thing, a counter, and if you want to get even more basic, a flashing light. Yeah, that's probably about simple enough for me, but flashing lights are pretty cool. How about we take a look at a disco light? With dubstep. Yes, people have created dubstep using note blocks. That's awesome, and that's going to be wicked for all the house parties that we're going to be having inside my piston house, or if I want to be really cool, my self-building house. And if I want to go completely mad, self-building kingdom. Thank you to Red Knobster for this one. But how am I going to get all the resources to build my self-building kingdom? Well, of course I'm going to have to do a bit of caving, and by the look of things, my friends pulled the diamond trap on me, which is always a good one to use. So I'm just going to head back over to my shifting cave system, pick up some more resources, but I'd say Batman beats me in terms of cave bases, because of course he's got the Batcave. He's also got himself a pretty cool car. The Batmobile looks great in Minecraft, but it's not my favourite method of transport. I much prefer to use a slime block flying machine. However, that's not particularly fast. I would suggest using animal player launchers if you want sheer speed, and if you want to look good while doing it, horizontal TNT player launchers are definitely a good way to go because they're hilariously fun. And if you want to get really scientific, you can time yourself, then work out your speed, and if you've been using your redstone timer for this video, you will see that I have covered 50 redstone projects in just under 6 minutes, which I would say is pretty good going. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.